guys, what's up? V8 Mark here, and today we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit more odd. It's an odd kind of caliber that you don't really see stateside. For the common rifle calibers that you see are 22, 308, 223, and 7.62 by 39. But what I have here today is, hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. What that is the 5.45 by 39 caliber. This is the Soviet rendition of the 223 or 5.56 caliber ammunition. It is 5.45 in diameter and by 39 long. It flies at about 3,000 feet per second, around 2,900 feet per second. There's a lot of different types of ammo for this. Most of these are about 55 grain, 47 grain bullets. These right here specifically are 55 grain. Now you typically will see guns chambered in this round to look like this. The AK platform, but recently, just make sure it's clear here. Yep. But recently we've been starting to see it in other types of platforms. So this is what most people think of an AK-74. Of course, this is not an AK-74 style rifle. This is an AK-47 pattern rifle. This is a Lancaster 47 MSS specifically, but I had to bring it out here to show you that it's an AK platform that this caliber is usually found in. But we have one in a different platform here, the C.A.R. platform. Now, I did talk about this rifle in a video a long time ago. If you never caught it, well, now here's the debut of the rifle, at least on my channel. I have a 16-inch barreled upper chambered in the 5.45 by 39 caliber. Alright, now before we get on with this review, let me go ahead and make some room here. Maybe we'll leave at least one bullet here, but probably going to end up using it later. Let's go ahead and check that this rifle is clear itself. Alright, I visually inspected it. It is all good to go. Plus, I already cleared it before I started the video anyways. So what we have here is a rifle. This is actually a Model 1 sales rifle kit in the 5.45 caliber. I recently got it about December of 2012, just before when the whole scare happened and whatnot. The lower receiver here is actually a Franklin Armory lower receiver. Like I said, this was a rifle kit where I purchased the upper and I purchased the internals in here, and the grip and the buttstock, all from Model 1 sales as a complete rifle kit. The lower receiver itself I bought from a local shop where I'm at in California, and it is a Franklin Arms. It's made in Morgan Hill, California. It's pretty nice lower receiver, really great fit and finish with the Model 1 receiver. Just a slight tinge in the finish here. You might be able to see the different shade of black from the lower and the upper. That's not too big of a deal. It's not really that far off, and I really don't mind it so much. Now I'm going to have to be careful about flipping this over because I don't have the serial number covered up, so I'm going to try not to do that. The upper receiver itself is a dissipator style upper receiver. The original dissipators had a gas block up here, and at the 20-inch, like for a standard 20-inch barrel, this one right here is actually under the handguard. Instead of being up here, this is just a front sight base with no gas tube coming all the way back. The actual gas block is about here somewhere, which makes it more like a mid-link system or a carbine link system. So what this does is it provides the adequate gas needed to cycle action when you have a 16-inch barrel, versus they used to have problems in real dissipators where they were just cut down 20 inches, in which they had cycling issues because the gas port was a little bit farther up. I'm not too much of an expert on that. That's just kind of what I've heard, so don't take it as, you know, that's the end all be all about dissipators and whatnot, but that's all I know for now. Other than that, it's basically a bone stock rifle. As you can see here, it's just got the standard A2, front sight, standard A2, and standard A2 flash hider here, and just a regular old sight for the back on a flat top, because we were thinking that we might want to put some kind of optic on it, but we're not sure. The internals are standard phosphate coated internals, nothing really crazy. No nickel, boron, bolt carriers or anything like that, nothing too fancy. So let's go ahead and crack it open and take a look at it. Let me grab a piece of paper because I don't want to get my table really dirty here. Alright, so just a standard bolt carrier. Really the only difference is, if you see my other video, my 7.62 by 39 upper, I've talked about it before, just the bolt itself is the only difference between a 223, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, and other caliber rifles. So you could use the same carrier but different bolt. So the bolt carrier is exactly the same. Has a kind of a different firing pin. The firing pin inside is a little bit longer, so it protrudes a little bit further to detonate these military style primers, the Berdan ones, which are a little bit tougher to strike. So like a standard AR-15 firing pin may not detonate these reliably. So Model 1 sells a special firing pin for that to fix that problem. So other than that, the internals are all stock inside. It just has a very light trigger job that I did. Just polish it to a nice mirror finish, so it's a really smooth, clean, crisp pull. I know some of you probably are wondering, what the hell is this right here? What this is here is, it's a grip wrap for California, for the people in California who want to own their farms and still retain a regular magazine release here. I do have a specific video on this, so I don't want to kind of go over it right now. I'll put that video in the link as a link below in the description, so you guys can check that out. So you guys can check that out later. I'm not going to go over it right now. Now, to get on to the actual review of it, what my thoughts are and stuff like that, we've had it for about almost 7 months now, and I really like it because the ammunition itself is really inexpensive. Let's go ahead and get some more color in here. The ammunition is really inexpensive. When I purchased it just before the scare, it was about 20 cents a round or so, and I picked up just about 1,000 rounds, and I wish I would have picked up more, because now I find it for much more than that. But I'm not going to mention that price, because I think the way the prices are going, they're going to get stable soon, or they're going to change. But I'm not going to make any. Any judgment to what the price is right now, because I think they're way overinflated currently. But that's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to get this rifle, is because the caliber is really cheap to shoot, and you can buy a lot of it, and you can shoot forever. You know, you can shoot for a long time and have a lot of fun with it, but you're only going to pay, 20 cents a pop. Whereas 223, you used to pay about 25 cents, and even with 7.62 by 39. Now, with this round here, there's very little drop, because it's almost flying at 3,000 feet per second, which is pretty good. It patterns decently at 100 yards. It's pretty good at 50 yards. At about 100 yards, it kind of tends to open up, because it's military ammo. It's not really match grade ammunition or anything like that, which is kind of what I was expecting. So that's not too big of an issue for me, especially because I'm a recreational shooter and I'm not really interested in shooting quarter-inch size groups at 100 yards. I'm just really interested at plinking at steel plates for the most part. Now, other than that, I kind of went over the fit and finish of it. I really like it. It's in great shape. There's no scratches that came from Model 1 sales or anything like that. It didn't come with a detachable sight. I forgot to mention that. I had to buy that on my own, and as well as the Picatinny rail here for a bipod when we were sighting it in. Other than that, what else was I going to say? The gas block itself is, I believe, just a regular steel gas block. The barrel is not chrome. It's not chrome lined, which was kind of surprising. The funny thing is, the dissipator rifles that they do build are not chrome lined, but their carbine length ones are chrome lined, and the 20-inch ones are chrome lined. Just the dissipator ones are not chrome lined. I don't know why that is, but that's just how they do it for whatever reason. And that's kind of an issue for some people, because this is corrosive ammo, and most of the ammo you do find out there is corrosive, unless you're finding wolf ammo, which shouldn't be corrosive. I haven't had any problems with it rusting or anything like that. I keep my rifles clean anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. The only thing I'm worried about is having the bolt rust up and the bolt carrier rust up, because, as you know, the AR-15 likes to poop where it eats, and it spits out all the carbon back here. So all the salt from the primer and stuff probably will come right back here and rust up. But I keep it kind of well lubricated inside. I haven't seen any rust, and I've probably shot at least 500 rounds or so. It's, you know, past the kind of the break-in period or so. So that's the only thing I was kind of worried about, but you know, I'm not overly worried about it. A couple things on the lower receiver here. The magazine well is great from Franklin Arms. I don't have any issues with that magazine, just a little regular old wobble, which is good. I'd rather have a little wobble than having it too tight. These magazines here are ASC magazines, which I do like. They are one of my favorites, especially because they do provide magazines and the oddball calibers that I like, and they seem to run reliably. So that's one thing. That's a little side tidbit right there. If you can find the ASC magazines, these are great 545 by 39 magazines. I never had any issues with the 545 ones or even the 762 by 39 ones. But they're kind of getting hard to find. This here was like $35, $40, and I had to buy it in January because it still took about a month or so to get my rifle in. Other than that, I really can't think of anything else. If you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, please leave them below. I do read all the comments and I do answer all the questions. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. V8 Merc, signing out.